And today we're going to talk about, ladies, the mistakes we make. Yes, sometimes we do. And I'm at the beautiful Palm Springs JW Marriott Resort, and I'm an intimacy expert. And even though I have a lot to teach, I also have a lot to learn. And I was just at a pole dancing conference with the amazing Sheila Kelly. I've been reading a lot about some other teachers, and it all seems to come down to 5 main mistakes that we unknowingly make that really separate us from these incredible men that we want to have this intimacy with. And the first one, it's sort of like if we let him know he makes us happy, we somehow think we're giving away our power, but it's the very thing that he craves the most to bring us pleasure and to make us happy. And so I want you to be generous with your expression that he makes you happy. Let him win. You know, I know we can run a business and take care of the kids and, you know, make dinner all simultaneously. I know how amazing a lot of us women are, and to let a man know that he somehow contributed to us sometimes feels like we lost or we are weak. Farthest thing from the truth. It's what really attracts them to us, knowing they can win with us and make us happy. So please express your happiness to these guys. Number 2. You know how men like to fix things and how they want to be our heroes and save us from these various things? Sometimes as women, I think we make the mistake of thinking we need to be a victim or need to be the damsel in distress in order to get him to save us. And yet that really takes away our power and doesn't leave us on that balanced, equal footing of our potency and his potency. So it's a bit of a dance, and so I don't want you to be a total victim and destroy your life or not take action in your own life, but simultaneously make room for him to win and say, you know, you'd be my hero if. I just love it when you set him up to win this way, to save you, but never ever lowering yourself to a damsel in distress, knowing full well at all times you can thrive and shine in your life. It's an interesting dance, but I know you'll know the feeling when you're empowered like a queen and receiving him saving you versus poor me, the victim, which is really just a sense of low self-esteem. Yeah. Number 3. Kind of connected to the let them know when you're happy, men so thrive on praise. They so thrive on our kindness. You know, a lot of the male clients that I have, obviously they're very into us when we're sexy and sensual and all the rest of it, but so many of them say, and it sounds kind of corny, but they're like, I just want somebody nice. And for us, we often get perturbed when he's just the nice guy and doesn't claim us that way. And yet for men, their hearts are so tender that if we're not nice and kind and won't appreciate and praise them for what they've done right, you might be sexier than the other ladies or more successful than the other ladies or have a better body than the other ladies. But if you're not willing to be nice, if you're not willing to praise him and appreciate him and let him know what a difference he makes, he's going to go for the other one. And sometimes as women, for us to be nice when he forgot to take out the trash, or for us to appreciate him and praise him when we're frustrated with him for some other reason, we tend to withhold our kindness and our praise, or withhold sex as a way of thinking that'll get us even, but it actually pushes him farther away. So do your inner work, talk to your girlfriends, talk to a coach like me, talk to someone to get rid of the frustrations that are valid, but that are in the way. And just be, just clean slate. Be nice. Be kind. Praise. Let him see how happy it makes you. Certainly let him see in your body movement that it makes you happy as well. Because he can read more than just your words. He can read your energy. He can read your body. Okay, I just have to tell you, this huge swan just flew across this water thing and just landed. I mean, of course swans fly, but I've never seen a swan fly. They're big. They're beautiful. All right, so moving on. Number 4. I'm really bad about this one. Saying too much. Saying too much too fast. I'm a talker, and so I'll go on, and he won't say anything, so I'll think he didn't get it, so I'll just say more. And then he doesn't say anything, so I say more. Okay, he tuned me out like 5 minutes ago. So keep it short, keep it clear, keep it simple. And it's not like you just have to have code language. I mean, obviously be yourself. However, if you have a real need for a lot of verbosity, call your girlfriend. Don't put a lot of pressure on him to have to be the one that can take in all of those words, because they are just different than us. Not better, not worse, just different. So not so many words, and just see if, less quality over quantity. And number 5 is kind of connected to this one. You know how men are simple and we're complicated? I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but sometimes I've made the mistake of judging them because they're more simple creatures and we're more complex creatures, that they're somehow stupid or dumb, which is the farthest thing from the truth. So another mistake sometimes we women can make is, because they are a simpler creature, we think they are somehow less intelligent than us, and that judgment can be felt. And men's hearts, I can't tell you how many of my clients come to me because their hearts are emasculated. They've been hurt by something that we never even thought would. Okay, more swans flying. Okay, big. They're big birds. Holy crap. Okay, maybe it'll come right by us. Okay, I wish I could just take the camera. Okay, large. Wow. Wow. Okay, sometimes nature just moves me. Okay, so back to the power of our words. When we say something slightly cutting, or our eyes kind of like diss them, those small things that we have no idea are so powerful are like daggers in their heart. And these men's beautiful, tender hearts get hurt way more easily than we think. So I ask you to be aware and not make the mistake of thinking he's dumb just because he's simple, because he's not. He's totally smart. He's just very clear and aligned. And we're a lot more complicated. And also watch your words. If you ever have a frustration, take a beat, take a breath, and just get right down to where your needs aren't being met or where you're hurt. Be vulnerable. Share where your desires aren't being met rather than cut into him, because that's only going to push him farther away and destroy the very intimacy that you'd like to have. And if you've got your own set of wounds from before, from dad, from the ex-husband, it's not his job to make it better. It's our job as women to heal and do our own work and come into the relationship in the present moment fresh and open to what's possible with this great man that is giving you attention and affection and adoration. And just from that place of fullness, from the overflow, pour it into his life and see how that gets reciprocated back to you.
Hey, welcome to Digital Romance TV. I'm Joe Moyer, the Ambassador for Love, and today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons why guys suddenly disappear. So if you've ever been in a relationship where you're dating a guy and everything appears to be going great, and then he just checks out physically or emotionally, you're going to love this video. So the first reason that a guy will suddenly disappear is simply because he got what he wanted and he's done. Now, you got to realize there are some jerks out there. There are some boys who only care about what they want. They could care less about you. They can care less about your feelings. This is simply the truth. This is reality. And so once a boy gets what he wants, he's done with you and he'll disappear. And so my philosophy is be grateful. Count your losses, learn from that experience, and make sure you don't get involved with guys like that ever again. And the second reason is that once a guy gets to know you, he realizes that he's not interested in you. And so he disappears because he realized you're not the woman that he's looking for. Now, this guy, if he really was a man, should be upfront, honest, and truthful with you. But some people just don't know how to be honest. And some guys are afraid to be honest because they're afraid of hurting someone's feelings. And I'm sure you've done the same thing. I'm sure there was a guy that you got to know him and you realized, he's not the one for me. And instead of being upfront and being honest, you started ignoring his calls. You started saying, yeah, we'll get together, and then you start blowing him off. These things are very common. It's simply human nature, human behavior. And it's very rare that a person steps up and says, look, you know what? You're a great person, but you're just not the right person for me. So my philosophy is that treat people the way you want to be treated. So if you want a guy to be honest with you, start being honest to men. And the third reason that a guy disappears is simply because he's scared. He thought he wanted a relationship, and now he's confronted with the reality of it. It's right in his face. And now he's looking into his future going, holy crap, is this really what I want? Now, just like a woman, if a guy's got some stuff there, there's some baggage there, he's been burned, he's been hurt, He believes that it's only going to lead to divorce. Whatever is going on in his world, he's going to check out, because most guys don't really sit there and go, well, why am I scared? Let me look at this. Let me deal with my feeling. You have to understand, us men are not taught to deal with our feelings. We're taught, you're a wimp. You're not being a man. Be a man. Okay? So I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's how it is. So my philosophy is, if a guy is going to run because he's scared, let him go. Is that the kind of guy that you want to be with? Because one of the biggest mistakes I see women make is, but I'm going to show him. I'm going to be there for you. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got to do with him and his stuff. And you can't make a man work on his stuff. It's something that he's going to want to do for himself. So simply realize this. If any of these scenarios happen and a guy disappears, count your blessings, cut your losses, and move on. Because when the right guy comes along and he realizes that you're the perfect woman for him, you're going to make him happy and you're going to make his life better consistently, he's going to want to commit to you because he realized that it's in his best interest. As always, I hope this helps. We'll see you next time. God bless.